Find them, Big G.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm looking up some stuff. Go ahead. I got the find. What's cracking?
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to the post-game Steelers show with Tate Big-G on the KnoItAllz podcast channel. Thank y'all for joining us. We got a special guest, Damian Tate. My brother has been an Eagles fan for about 35, 40 years now. So, we brought him on to talk from an Eagles perspective. We're going to try and jump into Coach Tomlin's press conference, see what he has to say during this broadcast. Big G, I'll let you start out, man. What'd you think about the 27-13 loss?
We was trash. Our offensive tackles played trash. Russie played trash. Najee was out there with the big dumpster juice. They was just garbage. I mean, we got out physical, man. They knocked Jackson out the game. He was ruled out for his back. Justin Fields got ruled out for the game after he came in for one play. TJ walked off the field at the end. His leg was hurt. They got physical with us, man. But it was garbage. I got to give Philadelphia their respect, but I just personally feel like they didn't just beat us, bro. We beat ourselves again. Every game this year, man, we done beat ourselves, and this is another game we done beat ourselves. Another time. I don't know what in the hell they was thinking about with the offensive play calling through the first quarter and a half. You cannot be down. You cannot have 2 turnovers in the first quarter and walk away out of there with 3 points. What is you doing? So, I'll go on a tangent, but, man, sometimes I take it so personal when the Steelers lose because I see ways we should have won. But I got to give respect to the Eagles, man. Congratulations for the big win, 27-13. He about to get the big fine too, Damon. It's back-to-back. His lips was moving and his mic was muted.
I thought I hit the mute button. I actually misclicked it. But Damien, what were your thoughts on the game from Eagles' perspective? I know you always concerned about the Eagles' passing game. You don't necessarily think as highly of Jalen Hurts.
Unmute your mic too, Damien, before you get another fine.
So you good? Go ahead and just tell us what you
thought. Impressive. I thought we look good. To do it against the Steelers, I realized that the Steelers were shorthanded with Pickens being out on offense. With you had a couple of defensive starters that were out today, but we really looked good. We started out. We were physical. You tried to run it up our throats on the first couple of drives, and we shut it down. And that kind of set the whole tone for the first quarter until we had those fumbles that we gifted y'all. As far as the passing games, though, I've seen real growth in Jalen Hurts. I've been real critical of him. I feel like one of the biggest things he does is he likes to throw up 50-50 balls. In 2022, when we went to the Super Bowl, we won a lot of those 50-50 balls with A.J. Brown and Smith. In 2023, we didn't win as many of those 50-50 balls, and we finished the season with a first-round exit. This year, I see Jalen Rose making a whole lot better decisions. I don't see those 50-50 balls. He's standing in there and delivering the ball. He may hold on to it too long, but he's also not turning the ball over either. So he's protecting the ball. So I'm impressed with what I saw.
I think Jalen Rose last played 20 years ago in another sport. And,
sorry, Jalen Hurts.
And that's what Hurts has been doing. But he turned it over 2 times today, didn't he? Or was it just once?
He fumbled once, and then Jazeen fumbled on the punt return.
That's right. And TJ should have had him on that one. I thought he was gonna rip it out. But I agree with you. The Steelers minimized Saquon Barkley. He had 65 yards, I believe. I mean, he was a little banged up for towards the end of the first half and didn't play the whole game like he typically would. But 65 yards rushing for Saquon, but they let Jalen Hurts get it going in the passing game.
He lit us up. He lit us up. He has almost 300.
Basically. And that speaks to the Steelers' pass defense. They really missed Deshaun Elliott, I think. Dante Jackson should have – he got burnt by Deontay Smith too, but A.J. Brown's just too big a body for him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been – Peasy should have been following. Not that he would have stopped him, but he gave him more of a presence and bullied back the line of scrimmage than what Dante Jackson was able to do.
Yep.
Offensively, everybody can see how much the Steelers miss George Pickens.
Yep.
Really miss Pickens. The field shrinks, it compresses. They play 8 and 9 in the box. They press more. When Pickens not in there, you gotta respect Pickens. So you usually probably playing cover 2 to a side because you keep a safety over the top. You drop the corner and you probably got somebody just, kind of laying under. So he potentially can take 3 people away, which opens up the run game. But even with all that happened, as bad as Steelers played, they were still in this game until the fumble. They were driving down to make it 20 to 20. It was 20 to 13.
Yeah.
That fumble by Najee, I believe that fumble, and we talking about on the KnoItAllz Big-G, that fumble was Najee's fault.
Totally his fault.
It was a clean pitch. But again, that goes to some of what you're talking about with the play calling. They've been doing that all year, and all year I've been saying that is not a play for Najee.
It's not.
Not like Najee got breakaway speed to the outside. What are you doing? Running between the tackles.
But it's not a play for not just Najee, Tate. It's not a play for the Steelers. Our tackles are our worst offensive linemen. Dan Moore Jr. and Jones, if you had to pick out of the 5, they're the worst 2. And so that's an outside stretch play that you're expecting to get leverage from the tackle to push either the corner or the outside linebacker to make a lane. It doesn't work because our tackles aren't good enough to get out there and make that block. So I don't understand why you run it. It doesn't keep anybody honest based on down and distance. If you're a good defensive coordinator and a good defensive team, which the Eagles are, they seen the play coming. So scrap that play. Scrap it. But defensively too, Tate, I went back and watched a whole lot of it. Like I've been sitting here rewinding, looking, right? They looked like they was in cover 2, and then they would switch to cover 1, and they was daring Russie to drive the ball down the field. That Russie, there was one-on-one with Vance Jefferson, one-on-one with Steronik. I'm talking about one-on-one. Throw the ball. He wouldn't do it. Mike Williams was running free too.
Big G, what we were doing, we were pretty much isolating Darius Slay and shielding our coverage to the other side, daring Russ to throw that one-on-one against Slay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we were playing soft coverage, and the only things we were giving up were the little dink and dunks underneath.
Yep.
And for one touchdown drive, Russ took what was given to him.
Yeah. But you got to take that chance. I don't care if George Pickens is playing or not. How you make a defense back up is you take shots down the field. That's how you have to play aggressive. Russ was not being aggressive at all. And it wasn't like they was killing him, like just killing him. You just got to take a 3-step drop, 4-step drop. You know you got one-on-one to the side. Throw the ball to Calvin Austin. Throw the ball to Mike Williams. Throw the ball to Jefferson. And if they don't catch it, they don't freaking catch it. But
your offensive line wasn't holding the line of scrimmage enough for Russ to have time. I think we got to him 2 or 3 times and hit him a few more times.
Bro, it's 1, 2, 3, get rid of the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, get rid of the ball. If you're an NFL quarterback at Russ's caliber, he recognizes based on the pregame shift, the pre-snap shift, what he's in. So he knows who's got one-on-one. Are you that scared of Darius Slay? Throw the damn ball. Throw the ball.
You should be.
Yeah. For what? He ain't all world like that. Throw the ball at him.
I mean, that is how they played it. They let Darius Slay take man up, and they did roll the coverage to the other side of the field, but that's because there was no receiver out there to respect. If George Pickens had been there, George Pickens make toast out of Slay. Slay would be toast.
I don't disagree, Tate. D, I don't. I'm just saying you still got to throw it out there.
At the very least, they wouldn't leave him over there one-on-one, and that changes everything. As far as rolling the coverage and the run lanes that would be available and all that stuff. But the Eagles had a good game plan towards and I agree. Somebody, who said that in the live chat? Rob Lightfoot said that Tomlin should have went for it on 4th down. I kind of think he should have too. I understand what he's trying to do. Was 11, 12 minutes left. He punted, got him down inside the 5. But once they gave up that 1st down to Devontae Smith, it was over.
Facts.
Had the space they needed. They just ran the ball.
Facts.
Kept the clock moving. So sometimes, I know Coach T's one of his saying is you can't live in your fears. Well, I don't know if he lived in his fear. He made a calculated decision, and I can see how to go. 12 minutes, you down 2 touchdowns. You punt it. You have them backed up inside their own 5-yard line. I can see that would be a strategy where you get a punt, you bet at midfield. They didn't get the punt, though. So would 4th and 5 have been better at like the 40-yard line than punting them and letting them burn clock? I can go either way. I'm not saying it was a bad call or a wrong call, but sometimes you guys do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin Conway said, let Justice pray TJ will be healthy for the playoffs. That defense can't make it out there without him. It's been already reported from Coach Tomlin's press conference that he has some type of ankle injury. The extent of it is not known, but he doesn't expect it to be really bad. So we'll see. We'll see.
Tomorrow. Tom already has a press conference?
Yeah, he's already reported it.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach Tomlin already reported it. I'm reading it right here in our line, Tate, the Slack line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got a lower ankle injury.
Yeah, I just read they're gonna have more tests, run more tests.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
that's good because that's one of them scary ones where it was relatively non-contact.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At first, I'm gonna be straight up. I thought his Achilles was gone. At first, because the way it looked, I was like, man, he pulled up, man, and nobody even touched him. So I think he's gonna be all right.
Right.
And the thing is,
well, that's good because the way he was housing things in that first half, we didn't have any answers for him whatsoever.
Lance Johnson is a dog, man, but Watt showed why he's a dog too. Your offensive line is outstanding. I'm gonna be the first
absolutely.
to tell you.
Absolutely, we have not shown the effects of losing Jason Kelce.
Nope. Your offensive line is some dogs, and your defensive line is some dogs. Jalen Carter,
the defensive line,
Davis, they dogs. But it wasn't like they was. But like I'm still saying all that. They got to Russie a couple of times, but dog, you got to push the ball down the field. You become a one-dimensional offense when you don't push the ball down the field. You gotta. I don't care who ain't out there playing. These are NFL wide receivers. Throw it deep. Throw it deep, bro. Throw it deep, man. You got to.
I don't question Russ. I mean, but I think a change up, maybe see what Fields could do the way the offense was struggling, even in the third quarter. I mean, and give him a chance to see what he could do.
They ruled him out after the play, Tate. After he got cracked, they ruled him out the rest of the game.
Right. Okay. You did.
I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know if it was a concussion or his knee.
He didn't really even get hit. He didn't get hit in the head, not on that play, because actually, and this is being objective, that was a protect the quarterback call because Russ slid very late and Blankenship hit him with the shoulder. Didn't even make head-to-head contact with him, and they threw the flag.
It was a late slide. I mean, they just said unnecessary roughness. I mean, it wasn't much different than how Trevor Lawrence got hit. But dude just blasted Trevor Lawrence. Blankenship really was just in position to make the tackle, and Justin kind of more slid into it and got hit at the same time. It looked worse than what it was.
Right. And I get that's the way it go. They err on the side of caution, but from a Justin Field injury standpoint, he got up and walked over and put on his jacket and thought everything was fine.
They could have sent him to the tent though, and he had maybe some signs of like, no, you can't go back in. Don't mean he in the protocol, but they wanted to further evaluate him. And maybe it was Coach Tomlin's decision, like, nah, you done for the day. We don't really know that part.
But I tell you another thing that hurt y'all is we broke Gainwell and AJ Brown broke some key tackles at some inopportune times for y'all. And y'all are usually some sure tacklers, but Gainwell had got a few moves.
AJ got hurt at the end, man, but the difference in the game was the play of AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. That was the difference in the whole game. Those two players y'all number one receiver and quarterback outplayed our number one receiver and our quarterback. That's the difference in the whole freaking game. Because Saquon got hurt, that was a wash. Najee fumbled, that was a wash. So it came down to those players. And Jalen Hurts definitely outplayed Russell Wilson. I mean, wasn't even close. Jalen Hurts probably had his best game he had all season. Might have.
Especially from a passing the ball standpoint. I think that's probably true there, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tate, you about to get the double fine.
Hey man, real quick. Juice. Yeah, we didn't have our number one. Yeah, George Penguin made a difference. I think in this game, Deshaun Elliott makes a difference. You put little small KZ back there with Minka. That's why Minka was up close to the line of scrimmage. He had to probably play strong today.
Facts.
But, it was Minka's hit that sent Barkley out the game for the rest of the first half.
Right.
Sure did. He cracked that boy.
But give me about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We're gonna listen to Mike Tomlin's post game real quick.
Run it.
Going in that forced us to settle for a field goal. We turned the ball over on a short field and got no points. And there were several possession downs on defense where we had opportunities to tackle ball carriers in the flat, and we missed those tackles, and that produced extended drives and thus points. And so that's life in our business. It's not anything mystical. It's very fundamental. We got to play discipline. We got to secure the ball. We got to tackle. And we didn't do some of those fundamental things well enough tonight to secure victory. And so, although it sucks, man, we learn and we proceed and move forward. From a health standpoint, Justin Fields, man, had an abdominal injury. Don't know the extent of that. On that slide, he injured his abdominal. Dante Jackson had a back injury, wasn't able to return. And TJ had an ankle. I think that can be described as a low ankle at this juncture, but I have more information for you the next time we get together. Questions?
Mike, you guys were fighting back from the turnover down at 26 or whatever it was supposed to be ahead, but not too long.
But as I mentioned, there were several plays like that were significant. Settling for a field goal when we had the ball maybe around the 1 is significant. Not making tackles in the flat when we have a chance to make those tackles on possession downs are significant. And so, you can point to one play, but more than anything, when I look at it through the lens in which I look at it, we weren't good enough in some fundamental areas tonight, and we own that, particularly as coaches.
Offensively, what kept you from being more consistent?
Again, we started slow, but again, you got to give some credit to those guys. I wasn't necessarily overly concerned about the start. The starts are not going to define us. But again, I think largely when you look at the big picture, it's those fundamental things I outlined.
What wasn't working in the pass defense tonight?
I don't know that, I feel that way. I just thought that we didn't win enough possession downs. They possessed the ball. Like I mentioned, we didn't tackle well enough. And that's life.
You waited 26 seconds to call the timeout after TJ said, what was your thought process?
I got caught up, man, in some information, and I'll just leave it at that.
Coach, what wasn't working with the run game?
They did a nice job. They get in those 6-man fronts, man, to make you block individual, and one man wins a block, man, and it creates issues for you. And I thought they did a nice job.
It looked like Darnell was punched on that scuffle in there. What explanation did you receive from the officials?
Not a sufficient one.
Like, how do you keep this loss from snowballing and carrying into the next 2 games?
It's a loss. I mean, let's not get dramatic.
Like, playoffs are always a goal. You get a playoff spot from some outside. Does that matter to you?
Not as I stand here today, we had a game to play today. We wanted to win it, and we didn't. And so, some of that other stuff is less relevant to us.
Anyone else?
Just to clarify, did they call Darnell for blocking him into?
I'll let them explain that sequence.
I believe there is a full report coming.
Yeah, it is. That's why. Why should I explain it?
You've been asking about the missed tackles. How much of that was concerning? Just how they were able to bounce off you guys.
Again, as I outlined in my opening statement, I thought it was significant.
Anyone else?
All right. Thanks, guys.
And we're going to take a quick break and be right back after that. And we're back on the Steelers post game with Tate Big-G and our special guest today, Damian Tate. So, fellas, what Tomlin had to say, what did you think about it, Big-G?
Smoke signals and trash. The bottom line is we started off slow again for the 3rd week in a row. We got to start faster. I don't understand. We had 2 turnovers in the first quarter, and we ended up in the first quarter with 3-3. Now, I understand that was a bogus call with the penalty on Darnell Washington in his zone because the dude was salty and pissed off that he got blocked from the 5-yard line all the way to the backboard. I understand that.
I forgot about that, man, because that actually took us out of scoring range.
Yeah.
We was down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they called 2 penalties on us. Philly didn't get no penalty.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna put it on the refs like that. No. Still got to score.
At the least, they did score a field goal. Once you got backed up, though, it's second and 19 or whatever, second and goal. I mean, getting 3 is good, but you'd have thought it would have been, what do you call it when it's on both teams? Offsetting penalties.
Yeah, but Tate, our red zone struggles are a real thing.
Are a real thing. And I was saying from when they got down there before both the personal fouls on the Steelers, I was saying they need to put Justin in right now to mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of that goal situation, but they didn't.
Every time we get inside the 20-yard line, if Justin Fields is healthy, they need to insert Justin in the game. Justin has not had an issue or a play since they took him out as a starter where he doesn't come in and ignite the offense. Every time. Our scoring drive today, when Justin came in and ran one play, it ignited the offense and we went down and scored. How come we can't do the same thing in the red zone every time we get in the red zone? It makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. That's on Tomlin, bro. I'm not blaming Arthur Smith for that. That's on Mike Tomlin, his unwillingness to put that boy in the game. He's unwilling, man. That's on Tomlin.
So I just now saw the final score for the Buffalo-Detroit game.
Mm-hmm.
But to what you were saying, Big G, then I go to Damian. We got to wrap this thing up, man. Big G, grade the offense.
As a whole?
As a whole.
F.
Grade the defense.
C+.
Grade the special teams.
B.
Damian, grade the Eagles offense.
B+, A-.
A-?
Yeah, like you said, y'all did a good job of containing Saquon, even though Gainwell picked up a little bit of the slack. If we could have done a little bit more running, I would have said A+, because the passing game was on point.
Defense.
Defense, I give us a solid B+. We came out and played real physical. We came out, we executed and gave no options. But in the second half, y'all started to move the ball a little bit. So B plus.
And your special team.
Special teams, D. That fumble just hurt. And yes, two turnovers y'all had, but remember those were on the same drive.
Facts.
The second turnover doesn't happen without the I'm saying that wrong. The second turnover happened as a result of the first turnover's drive continuing.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. That's facts. And we, like I said, at offense, we start slow. And that's because there's a refusal on our coaching staff to put Justin in the game.
And can I just say this? This is the Steelers channel. Don't beat yourself up too bad. We are arguably the best team in the NFC. We're gonna make other teams look not as good as they're capable of being. Okay, we do have arguably the #1 defense in the league, also.
Facts. Facts. But our defense is just as good as y'all. We was down 2 starters today. Our defense.
I'm just talking about. Don't beat yourself up too much about the mistakes made and how the offense didn't produce today. We're a real good football team.
So here's my last question with the thoughts from both of you. Damon, go to you first. As far as we're talking about the Steelers, as far as the Steelers go, now you see Philly has an identity. They have a way to play ball. They run the ball. They got a quarterback that's capable of leading the offense and winning and running more than necessarily passing. But he leads that team. So what we've seen this year, Russ is now 6-2 as a starter. Justin is 4-2 as a starter. If you were the Steelers, Damian, which direction do you go going into next year? Do you bring Russ, the 36-year-old back who you know give you consistency and may be a little better in the pass game? Or do you bring Justin back and work around that style and the potential of his pass game starting to elevate as he gets more experience?
I got to say, if we're talking next year, I think you have to go with Justin. I'd like to see you keep both of them, but I know that that's not going to happen. But if you had to choose one or the other, I'd have to say go with Justin because he's just 25 years old. The growth is there, and the Nuggets daddy, I'm sure he is picking up off of Russell Wilson this year, watching him play on how to throw the ball downfield, how to throw people open, how to trust the receivers to go up and get it. Those could be things that Justin Fields can build on next year. The only reason I say no to Russ is because he's 36 years old. That is the only reason.
No, I don't know that I disagree. Big G, your thoughts on the same question?
That's total facts. Justin should be. Listen, Justin could be a Jalen Hurts type player, but you got to put him in the game. I'm not saying Russ is trash, but we got to tell the truth. He don't score in the red zone. Justin does. I mean, I'm talking about apples to apples this season. Justin scores in the red zone. Russie doesn't. That's what happens. Russie had that big game against the Bengals where he scored 40-some-odd points. But overall, Russie, without a #1 dude, which is skews it a little bit, without Pickens, we're seeing what Russie really is. Look at the last 2 games. So I personally think moving forward, you got to give the young guy a chance, especially if we don't make a real big-time push and win a couple of playoffs games this year, because we're looking at 3 seed in the face. Whether anybody else wants to realize it or not, regardless of whatever else goes on, we're probably the 3 seed.
No. And I think I'm gonna double down on that with both of you and say, I think Justin too, man. You know I'm a big Russ fan, Big G.
Mm-hmm.
Always have been. But Russ is 36. Russ is gonna want paid, maybe not 40, 50 million paid, but he want paid. And he's a good leader. He's limited in some of the stuff though. As soon as Justin came in, the Eagles knew he was running. He ran around the corner and slid for 9 yards in that one play.
Facts.
The threat is there. Opens up the game. That's why Jalen Hurts is such a threat, man. He on one of the plays, they was coming all after him. He bought time and hit Deontay Smith down the field for a critical first down. Tomlin in his press conference was talking about the weighty downs. That was one of them weighty downs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just what Jalen Hurts brings you is the same thing Justin Fields can bring the Steelers, man. It's like the Falcons will have to transition from Kirk Cousins to
Penix.
Michael Penix Jr.
Listen, Tate, when the Eagles scored and A.J. Brown scored, you know that was called a jump ball route. That was a one-man route that because of the threat of Jalen turning the corner by faking the handoff to Najee, it froze Minka solid, it froze Robert solid, and it froze the corner solid. How come the Steelers can't run that same play with Justin? You run a one-man.
They
a jump ball one-man.
Yeah, you got George Pickens at receiver, and you got Pat Freiermuth.
Yes.
And I think they need to implement more in the screen pass game with Jaylen Warren and probably a new running back next year. I mean, I don't know if Najee gets paid now, Big G.
I think Najee may be Ayers Muchachos. But Tate, we saw them do this with Justin, with Washington and Denver. They ran a one-man jump ball. He faked it to Najee. Well, first of all, he walked up to the line. He looked. He said, oh, my God, Washington's on a corner. Nobody else is out there. He faked the dive and threw the ball straight out to Washington. Run the same freaking play.
That was against Denver, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. He did it against Indianapolis too. A one-man. You can create plays that you saw Jalen Hurts run the exact same plays for Justin. The exact same play. They're the same player. I don't get it.
Pittsburgh needs to learn to incorporate that. And yes, I'm Eagles shining because we won, but if number 2 team is Pittsburgh. And having said that, I think Russ gives Pittsburgh the best chance to win this year. Like you said, implement more creative play calling, more screen game and things going on like that. Moving forward, Justin Fields because of the youth. But as of right now, Russ gives you the best chance to win. He's mobile. He made a couple of plays with his feet in this game and got a couple of big first downs with his legs. No, you don't run the read option that you do with Justin Fields with Russell Wilson, and that's a package that Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin needs to learn to incorporate moving forward into the offense. But as far as how the offense managed, how the offense is looked, how the passing game flows, Russ gives y'all a better chance to win. We just stuffed the running game off rip, and that's exactly what y'all need to do is run the ball, go off of play action, let Russ make the plays downfield. Y'all tried to really run it up our throats those first 2 drives, and we just weren't having none of it. So y'all had to change up.
Russ out there getting them balls knocked down. Ronald Blake Wright, all being small. Out there being, come on, man. Come on, get Justin in the game, man.
Gina blamed the man for being small.
Out there being small. Come on, man. Hey. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Get the dude in the game.
Russ is what, 5'11"?
He 5'9". They say 5'11". That boy 5'9", maybe 5'10", all little. Come on, man.
Hey,
get an athlete in there.
Big G, what you this leads to the close. So the Steelers take a 27-13 loss, worst loss of the year. This loss was by more points than all their other losses combined.
Total facts.
But I think we'll be back next week. Hopefully TJ's okay. Hopefully Deshaun Elliott can get back in there along with Ogunjobi. Yeah. So
Corey Trice, somebody, hell.
Corey Trice.
We need everybody next week.
Need to play. Yeah, we do. Baltimore had a good performance today, so we play them next Saturday.
Yep.
So because we didn't turn around and play that Wednesday. So I would love to beat Baltimore. I think the Chiefs are vulnerable. I don't know what was with Jameis today, man. He was just giving that thing away.
He blind as a bat.
He was Big G. He was giving that thing away like he's a promiscuous girl out here in these streets.
He blind, man. He can't see nothing, man. That's why they had to put
God
all
chose-
white uniforms on the Browns today, because he couldn't tell who was what. He couldn't tell. They all look
God
the same.
chose not to deliver him from pick sixes today.
Yeah,
He ain't
As
throw
he
no
had.
big seats though, did he?
he was out there throwing it away though. He was
I know
giving
he
it
threw
away.
interceptions, but
No, you're right. You're right. I don't think he threw a pick six. I'm just
Okay,
going
well, yeah,
off of what he said in the interview.
right.
Because he can't see.
He ain't delivering from picks though.
He can't see. He can't see, bro. He cannot see. He doesn't have any vision. I understand it. Like you see, I got big glasses on, so I get what he said, what's happening to him.
That's true, Rob.
But my homeboy cracked. A high ankle sprain, you know they lying, right? You know, I mean, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. High ankle sprain, that boy hurt bad.
The homie,
He's not gonna play for a week or two.
The homie Boo says keep you around, Damien.
Yeah, Damon know his
Thanks,
stuff.
Boo. All right.
Yeah, Damon know his stuff. Now, don't get
He
it twisted.
do.
Now,
He do.
Yeah.
It's like you get a whole different dose of reality when you get me and my brother versus G and his brother.
No, mine just be biased. You heard him with that bias today, man. That bias, man. I just haven't, man. That bias be killing me, man.
Did you see a know-it-alls, Damien?
Yeah, I was watching it.
The bias.
For the whole thing about the Temptations versus Isley brothers, who would you pick out those two?
The Temptations. It's not even close.
Thank you.
No, man, that's what. Listen. It's the bias, bro. It be the bias with that Texas mess, that Cowboy mess, and it's just so much bias. If it wasn't that, he'd be straight. Now I have some takes. Now, don't get me wrong, but I stand on mine 10 toes. I don't care. I don't care.
Like,
prove me wrong.
One thing G's been saying all year, Damien. Just give me your thought on it. Is Caleb Williams trash?
Garbage.
No, I don't think Caleb Williams is trash. He's definitely no Daniels, but he's not trash.
Damon, he might be the 4th or 5th best quarterback in this draft class.
But I'm gonna give him the excuses of different offensive coordinators, different head coach. We was already suspect of the staff coming into the season. The only thing the Bears different between him and Justin Fields was they put weapons around him starting out. It was still the same game plan, the same not Caleb.
But D, I gotta ask you a question with that. I know it's a Steelers thing, but I gotta ask a real quick question.
Okay.
They drafted Caleb.
Yes.
They could have had Justin, Joe Alt, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Zach Frazier. That team would be 8-4. Now you done fired the coach. You might fire the GM, and you're gonna be looking to start over in a year or two. They done did it again. It's the organization. The Bears is trash. They garbage.
But you said Caleb Williams is trash.
And he right with him. He's in that line. Garbage.
He's not. Anyway,
I don't want him.
G, you brought up the pass play that AJ Brown on the first touchdown of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you call that?
It's called a jump ball. It's a jump ball route.
Okay, well I remember because Tom Brady called it a pop pass.
Yeah, it's a jump ball.
And that's if you remember with a mobile quarterback when we was in high school, Mondo was a mobile quarterback, right?
Yeah, we used to run the pop pass all day and night.
Beast BC over the middle all the time.
Beast was wide open.
Right.
Fitz too. Fitz be wide open.
Because that was because of the threat of Mondo running the ball.
Yeah, he pulled it.
And taking it back to that time real quick. Did you see after that touchdown how AJ and Hurts took it back to the kid and play house party dance celebration routine? All is right with the world.
Them little fellas weren't around for that though. They never.
But it's not. Listen, football becomes an easier game when it's 11 on 11. When you can play 11 on 11, the game slows down because you got the threat of the legs. Justin makes it 11 on 11. And now, I don't care if you don't play him in the middle of the field. I don't care if Russie right now throws it better and sets us up. But inside the 20, what do we run every year in camp? What do we run? Down inside the 20 every year in camp?
What the option? Not back then.
No. What's the drill we do every year in the camp in Pittsburgh?
Oh, 7 on 7.
Seven, and it's 7 shots. 7 shots is you put it at the 20. Let's see if you can get it in. Justin is more efficient at 7 shots than Russie. Justin gives you a better chance to score a touchdown at 7 shots than Russie. So with George Pickens or not, Justin Fields should be in the game inside the 20. Take Russie out. It's 11 on 11 football wins you football games. 11 on 11. That's why the Eagles win, because they playing 11 on 11.
Oh, Rob Blake coming with a lot of sharp comments tonight, man. He's said quite a few things. Shout out to you, Rob. Thanks for commenting and joining us. And Big G, so I'll take it back. We talked about our high school days, and the other day, no, you'll remember this. The other day, was it Friday? It was Thursday or Friday. Was our homie Shane in Heavens would have been his 53rd birthday.
Yeah.
So just shout out to Shane. Happy heavenly birthday, man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, that's all I really wanted to say. Shout him out. And this, so 35 years ago this week, this is us, Big G, on his 18th birthday.
With the big Indians.
You remember that?
Yep.
That's politically incorrect, Big G, having on the Indians.
I don't give a damn. That was a boss hat and boss jacket back then. Straight starters, fitted, bruh. Had the whole fit on and the shoes to match it.
So, man, that's 35 years ago, Big G.
Mm-hmm.
long time. Shane.
And they're both fans of the 2 teams y'all brought up, the Cowboys and the Bears.
Yeah, him and Cecil.
Big trash.
Me and Big G, me and Big G was Steelers back then too. I've been Steelers my whole life though.
Yep.
Big G has too, but for as long as I can remember the Steelers. But yeah, all that being said, Damian, thanks for joining us. You got anything you want to say or anything before you go, man? So Detroit lost. So Philly is in second place. Now Philly has a legit chance because Philly got a weak schedule. They play all NFC East, don't they?
Cowboys, Commanders,
and Giants.
Yeah. Dubs.
The Eagles can easily finish 15-2.
Dubs.
Yes, we could, but those are all division games and division opponents. Those games just they can go any which way.
Y'all gonna punish Dallas. Y'all gonna punish
They deserve
Dallas.
it. They deserve it.
Y'all gonna punish them. Y'all gonna beat them by at least 17. Y'all gonna
they deserve it because like you said, Kevin, we got our identity, and our identity is running Saquon Barkley as many times as we want to, and I think everybody is now on board with it and happy, including AJ Brown.
Man, y'all coach, if y'all lose, it's because y'all coach gonna cost y'all. He was over there on the sideline starting mess with Carter and Gabe Davis. Boy, he better leave them Georgia boys alone. They're going to beat the hell out of him.
He's got his own style of feistiness. We don't know what those conversations were saying. He might have been in their face just being hype and happy, and they doing the same thing. We won. That's what we do. We let you know it.
It's too many. They all frat brothers too. Mingo, Dean, Carter, Davis, Smith, they all frat too. Yeah, he needs.
No, I don't disagree with you. I'll just say I trust he knows his players.
He'll get beat down.
Oh.
He'll get beat down.
But before I go to Big G to take us home and say what he got going on this week, Damian, I gave it to the rundown to Mod and Big G last show. You get it now. You're not even in the consolation round of the playoffs, fancy. So no Mod, no G, no D.
Yeah, I heard you. You was letting the frustration from the Steelers losing affect you a lot. You was just trying to find something to shine on.
No,
but Bijan Robinson was the biggest disappointment you could have. I mean, he had such hype for. Bijan Robinson was terribly disappointing for me.
We smoked it. You took Bijan at 2. I took Breece Hall at 3. We blew it. We blew it, bro.
Blew it.
at 5.
Right.
But you know what, though? You know what's all good, though? On my way out the door, I kicked Pay in the teeth.
You being
So it told it, Pay is out of here, dog. Get the loss. Get the loss. I beat him on the way out the door, and I've got to kick this behind all this year. That boy owed me so much corner time. It's unbelievable. Get him out of here.
My sister smashing me. I'm getting smashed. This is the worst loss I had all year.
Pay up out of here, bro.
I'm about to be 9-6.
Look at that score. I'm down 3 points. He ain't got nobody left, and Josh Jacobs about to score right now. He's about to score right now. Get him up out of here. Get him. It's what is it?
Man, my losing by 100 points to be dirt. Big trash.
Second and 2. He just got the first. It's 1st and goal at the 5. Get on in there, Josh Jacobs, and get Pay on out here as I smack him as he go out the door.
Oh, it's tight though. You got players.
About to know. He ain't got nobody left.
Yeah, you got 143. He got 146.
Well, I just got another point, so I got about 144, and he about to score right here. I hope we stay on there long enough so I can say adios, muchachos, to Payday, and I beat you on the way out the door, and your Bears is big trash, and your quarterback is big trash. So I'm all good. I'm all good.
And that's how you do it, Big G. Make your statement on the season before it's time to go. You know,
got it. On the way out the door, got to put it in him. Foot to ass. Foot to ass. Foot to ass. Hey, that I can say no diddy, no doubt, but foot to ass on the way out the door. Get him out of here. Get him up out of here.
Man, you said you got to give it to him?
Yeah. You want to say belt to ass, foot to ass?
Hey, you got to make the as Kevin so eloquently pointed out, when you're on the bottom, you got to make the most of those victorious moments you get.
That is total facts, D. That's total facts, and you got to beat them when it count. This cost him playoff seeding and everything.
I think it actually be the same. Our brother-in-law Kevin is going to finish number 1. Then I was 2. I might stay at 2 depending on what.
You got total points.
Yeah, I got total. But tell me what LL Boog is doing.
You got total points, bro. You're going to finish 2. Pay had an opportunity to finish 2 because you lost, but he didn't because I beat him today. So get to 3.
And I beat Lance last week to create the race that's happening today.
Correct.
Yeah, Lance going to win, though.
Tate, here we go. Here we go. 3rd and goal at the 2. Hand off, Josh Jacobs. Ball game, Payday. Touchdown. And make it even worse, it was a Green Bay Packer that beat you. It was a Packer. That was even makes it worse. Ball game, Pay. Adios, muchachos, my friend.
Yep.
The way out the door. Ball game. Get up out of here. Bye-bye.
You got 150 even to his 146, and you still got Josh Jacobs the rest of this game.
Good night. Good night. Good night on the way out the door. Good night.
I'm gonna clip this and send it to him. But for that, Big G, what you got going on this week? Give us a quick rundown.
Man, thank you guys for rocking with us on the KnoItAllz. I'll be back with you guys on the Level Up College Football Podcast tomorrow night at around 6 o'clock. We got to do the whole breakdown of the college football 12-team playoff. Me, Sarah C, and Andy P. So we'll be looking for you guys on YouTube. We got the No Cap Recap that'll be going on here. I'm going to be over there with Big B, acting up again with him over there on the Big Show. I'll be back with Tate Boy Fresh on Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday. Man, we got to lick our wounds quick, bro. Oh, what? Ain't no Wednesday show?
No Cap Recap.
Oh, yeah, No Cap Recap on Monday night. I said that. On Monday night, No Cap Recap. On Wednesday night, Pump Our Brakes. It's going to be a breakdown about the whole thing for the Ravens and the Steelers because it's the division. Quietly, we lose. We can flip from 3rd to 6th real fast. So that's going to be a huge breakdown. We'll talk all Ravens and Steelers. Be back on Friday night on the Homies Overtime. I'm going to make Payday start paying off some of that corner time that he owes me. And then I'll be back on the KnoItAllz come Sunday, man. So you know how the routine go.
Okay, well, I think that's probably a wrap, man. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, for rocking with us.
Tay, can you put the thing up? The barcode, the QR code.
I sure can. Let me find it. I got it right. Where do I have it? Right hither.
Mm-hmm. If y'all see the QR code, all you got to do is take a picture of it, leave it on your phone, and share it with a friend. Because all they got to do is take a picture of it and subscribe. We're working diligently to get to get 1,000 subscribers on the KnoItAllz podcast, and every subscription we get helps. So we appreciate you guys, man, for just taking a picture, sharing it with a friend. Say, hey, man, subscribe to this and check it out because you'll probably like it because we talk sports culture. We have great guests. We've had guests that come in and talk and know some famous, fun, some not. And D, man, I enjoy every time you come on the podcast, man, because you bring great information and you know your stuff, bro. So I appreciate you, man.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And with that being said, until next post game after the Ravens game, it's a big one. We'll holler at you then. Peace.